May bank holiday, and I have just left the house. I am coming out on a walk, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna speak and I'm gonna talk. No preparation needed. Just jump on and share some things that I had on my mind. So, Alhamdulillah, I just came back from a really amazing weekend course delivered by Alia Umrian. I don't know if you know her. She is the head of Solace, and mashallah, Allah has placed a lot of acceptance in her project. She was delivering a weekend course primarily for reverts, and even though I'm not a revert, I wanted to go, I wanted to be in that crowd. I wanted to benefit, as I believe that she has, done some great work for this ummah and this community. So I came back and my heart is just so full of awe, and I'm so grateful, alhamdulillah, that I got to be part of this. We covered so many amazing topics. She touched on sincerity, she touched on contentment, rida. We looked at ikhlas. I hope you can still hear me with cars coming by. Um, I'm walking at the same time because I thought I just want to, speak to you and be real, be raw. A lot of people don't show you this side of them on social media, and it's all the highs, but actually, it's also the lows. Subhanallah. So, I went on this weekend and I learned so many things, and just things that I kind of already knew but were brought to the forefront of my mind. The importance of doing dhikr, and how you can become closer to Allah, how you can gain that qurb to Allah, and how you need to be sincere, and all of these things. And inshallah, when they pile up, we all have that same target. Every single one of us is on that same journey. Every single one of us, wants to aspire to have the same things in life. We want to be happy. We want to be content. We want to be happily married. We want a spouse who loves us. We want to be great Muslims. We want to have all the luxury experiences in life while holding on to our deen. This is normal. We're human beings. We're insan doing the Muslim thing, if that makes sense. It's not that we are Muslim doing the human thing. As I learned on the weekend, we're actually insan first. We're human first, and these are our needs, our desires. We all have them. And you shouldn't feel bad or think that you're insincere because you want to have a portion of this dunya. No, actually, this is completely normal. It's normal because we're human beings. So, my heart is just full of gratitude and all that. Alhamdulillah, I got to participate in weekends like this where you can sit, where you can reflect, where you can be amongst like-minded people who are on that journey and who have that goal. And I just was thinking to myself, you know what? We think that we can do it all and we can be super women, but that's actually not true. You can strive to do it, you can strive to have it all, or you might strive to have different parts of important things in your life at different times, but we can't actually have everything all at once. You have to focus on the fundamentals. You have to ask yourself the empowering questions that, what are the 2 or 3 things that I can do in my life right now that are going to, make the needle move forward, that are going to bring me the ultimate happiness, that are going to give me the ultimate contentment. And obviously, one of them is striving to be a better Muslim, and we're all on that journey. No one is perfect. And there might be other things that perhaps you're struggling with something, you can't make a decision. Maybe you're trapped in an unhappy marriage and you know that it's toxic and it's bad for you, but you still continue to endure it because you're scared, you don't want to go back home, you have fear of the unknown. And we're all being tested in some way or another. And sometimes I think, we think that we're super women. We think that we can just do everything and anything, and we can just do it. But actually, that's not true. You're human, and you need time to yourself. You need time for reflection. You need time to have that self-care, that self-love. And I know a lot of people use that word like, oh yeah, what's this self-care and self-love word? It didn't exist before. None of our mothers had it. None of our families and our other women that we have in, elders in our family had it. And what is this self-care? Actually, there's nothing wrong with self-care. It's just taking care of yourself. That's all it is. It doesn't matter how you do it. And obviously, as long as you don't go doing any haram means by attaining it, that's all it is. So you have to choose that what are the 2 or 3 things, and you have to think about this carefully. What are the 2 or 3 things that if I do in my life that are the most important, that are going to bring me the most amount of happiness? What are them 2 things? I want you to really think about that. And perhaps you can journal it. Perhaps you can write it down if the answer doesn't come. Perhaps you know the answer, but you're struggling with it, and this is totally normal. And don't beat yourself up about it, because I know I have days where I'm like, today I made my list and I thought, right, it's bank holiday Monday. I'm at home. I've come back from this course. I'm on a high, subhanAllah, I'm going to do this, and this. And then I'm like, whoa, actually, I'm tired. I don't want to do any of this. I can't be bothered to do any of this. Perhaps I just need a break. Perhaps I just need to pause. Perhaps I just need to reflect. Perhaps I just need to go on a little walk, subhanAllah. So really choose the things that you want and that are going to bring you that happiness. And I don't want to be a downer saying that you can't have it all, but there's different stages in our life where, there might be, if you're in your very youthful early years, like your early 20s, mid 20s, or even under, you'll have different aspirations. And once you're in your early 30s, you'll notice that your aspirations and what you want from life has changed. And if you're hitting 40, you'll see that you have a different set of goals. So we go through these seasons, yeah, where, for a year or two, you think, okay, you know what? My goal is fitness. I just want to be the fittest. I want to lose weight. I want to look amazing. I want to have a great skincare routine. I want all these things. And perhaps that's a goal for you, which is totally fine. And then other years you might have, okay, you know what, I really don't feel satisfied in my job or my career, and it's kind of boring. I feel like there's no meaning to it, there's no purpose to it. I'm just doing it for a paycheck, and that's what keeps me going, because I know I'm going to get paid at the end of the month, and that's why I'm doing it. But I hate being there. It's boring. I need a change. I need to level up. Perhaps that's your focus, and then you might have other things like your other dini focus. When we go through Ramadan, and those of you that know, subhanAllah, when you're in the masjid, if you're able to pray Taraweeh every night or every other night even, and you hear this amazing recitation of the Quran in the masjid, and you think, subhanAllah, why can I not recite like this? Why can I not memorize like this? And you know what? Before next year, I'm going to make myself a commitment and a promise that I am going to do hifz, and I'm going to memorize 3 juz, I don't know, for example, or all of Surah Baqarah. And I'm going to memorize all of Surah Baqarah. So when I am praying by myself, I can feel that sweetness. That I'm not dependent upon an imam. I'm not dependent upon going to a masjid. I'm not dependent upon anyone to feel that sweetness. This is on me. It's my responsibility. I have to do whatever it takes. And perhaps that is your goal, you know? And that's a very noble and amazing goal to have, subhanAllah, to be a carrier of the words of Allah, to be a carrier of this Quran. So perhaps that's your goal. So what I'm trying to say is if you have 4 or 5 big goals that take a lot of time, that take conviction, that take effort, that you have to do the grind. And sometimes we have these lofty aspirations and we want to do it all at once, immediately, and it doesn't happen. So, my darling, pace yourself, you know. And I'm not here to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm saying also be realistic. You have to have a life that combines, you have to have a life that combines self-care. You have to take time out for yourself. You have to have in your timetable, in your routine, dead time as well, where you know what, this is just me doing nothing, me just sitting in front of the TV, me just sitting on the sofa, drinking tea or coffee and relaxing. That's it. I don't need to do anything in that time, subhanallah. So, you know, that's also very important, that when you have a life that encompasses these things, when you have self-care in the equation, when you have 2 or 3 manageable goals and manageable parts of your life that you want to achieve, and you do it, then you won't feel and you won't get burnt out. But if you're trying to do like 5, 6 major things at once, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be exhausted, you're going to give up, you're going to be like, what is this? And you might even stop doing all of them because it just feels so overwhelming, subhanallah. So pace yourself. Don't feel guilty for not having it all. Don't think that you're a failure because you don't have it all. Because let's be honest, all of us, we don't have it all. You know, we're kind of faking it till we make it, basically. So inshallah, that would be my advice to you and to myself even, because I know that the kind of personality that I am, I'm a go-getter and I'm very ambitious, I'm driven, I want to do everything. And I know that that applies to me. That advice 100,000,000% applies to me. I can't have it all at once. You have to prioritize them 2 or 3 things, inshallah, and really work on them. What are your thoughts? What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are you currently working on in your life that you think, you know, you can or you can't do? What's your progress been so far? How have you found your time after Ramadan, and, you know, the commitment you made to yourself, or what you promised yourself in the month of Ramadan, that once this finishes, I'm going to be doing this? How have you found that? What have you done about that? So really, that's it. That's all I wanted to come on and say, that inshallah, with Allah's help, with the right routine, with the right mindset, with the right people around us, and with the right amount of responsibility that we can handle, you know, we can focus on them 2 or 3 key priority actions and inshallah take it from there. And once you achieve that, then you can focus on the other 2 or 3 things that you wanted. So life is full of different seasons. Yeah, there's going to be seasons where you're going to be down, you're not going to be able to do anything. Even getting out of bed will be difficult. You know, having sometimes you just want to keep the curtains closed in your bedroom stay in that warm bed and go back to sleep, and not want to face the world. That's totally normal. We all have them days, subhanallah. But at the same time, we have to also think, what are them things that are going to impact the quality of my life? What 2 or 3 actions can I do, can I take on a regular basis that are going to control and, direct the focus of my life? And when I focus on these 2 or 3 things, my life is going to be so much better. I'm going to feel so much more fulfilled. I'm going to be in alignment with who I am, my values, my deen, my personality, and I'm going to rest in between them as well. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to come out and say. I hope you have a great Monday, bank holiday Monday, whatever you're doing. If you're just chilling at home, resting, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for you and me and all of us who are on this journey of life. I'm going to continue my walk, inshallah. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.